Well, I am super excited about sharing some book mail today. I don't know if anybody else is going to be here, but I decided just that I had a bunch of book mail piled up, and I thought it would be a good time to share. Also, a couple of the books coming out this spring and summer are so fantastic. So, one thing you might be interested in knowing is that what happens is the publishers send me the catalog. They email me a catalog and I look through and I look at the books that I think what I'm looking for is books that I think will resonate with gifted children in particular, because that's my wheelhouse. And so I look through the catalog and I order the books. And so I already know something about them before I get them. And then after I submit that order, the publisher sends me the books for free. And then in exchange for my honest review, they don't follow up with me in any way. So there's no like quid pro quo. And all it really does is keep that UPS driver very familiar with my address. So here is, let's get into it. I wish you could see this big stack I have here. So now all these books were coming out in the spring and summer catalog. Most of them are already on sale. There may be a few of them that are going on sale a little later this month, but most of them are already on sale. So the first one I've got is one that this genre is so important for our gifted kids, which is nonfiction that isn't dry. So this book is called Fantastic Flora, the World's Biggest, Baddest, and Smelliest Plants. And it's actually fairly thick. This isn't a picture book. However, it is filled with loads and loads of pictures. And so that's kind of a nice thing. So it's got like the plant. This chapter is the sandbox tree. It's a plant with a bang. It's like a dynamite plant, literally. And I love the layout of the book. So even young readers, because of the book design and layout, even young readers can maintain interest. It's a very casual tone, very readable. I think this would be a perfect book for especially an elementary teacher who is looking for some books to add that are science. Look at these gorgeous illustrations. Who illustrated this? Zoe Ingram. Zoe, nice. And I love the text by Ann Stotts. There's something about nonfiction that is approachable and readable that I really like, because a lot of gifted kids are drawn to it. So Fantastic Flora, I really like it. This one I'm going to pass along. Sometimes people ask me, like, what do you do with all these books that come in? And for the most part, I give them away. Occasionally I will keep them if I feel like it's something that one of my grandchildren might like. I have a little free library in my yard. And so there are a number of books out in my little free library. I also have, at Christmas, I go and read to the children at my grandchildren's school and in a grade level, and I let every child pick a book to take home. So that's where the books go. So Fantastic Flora, that was a great one. The next one is this is a series called Lone Wolf. I'm so excited about this because I think there's so much pressure on gifted kids to always make friends. How do I help my gifted kid find friends? Why is this kid such a loner? And a lot of times teachers will complain that gifted kids' preferred group size is 1, which is a whole other story about why that often is. But this book is like the redemption. It's like the revenge of the loner. So this is a lone, right? He just likes to be alone, and there's nothing wrong with him. He does not have antisocial personality disorder. You may have just seen the tail of my dog as he walked away. I guess he's not interested in the lone wolf. But this series of books normalizes the idea that not everybody wants to hang out with people, that some people are perfectly happy with just themselves for company. In this volume of it, he goes to the library, and sadly, other kids are there. So how that will ruin your time. Even though it's thicker, it's not really designed like a picture book. It's quite small. But even though that's the case, the text on it is very readable. The font is large. There's lots of pictures and lots of white space. It's divided into chapters, so technically it's a chapter book, but it really is almost more of a picture book. You could easily read it in one sitting. So Lone Wolf Goes to the Library is a new one, the newest one in this Lone Wolf series. So if you know any lone wolves, that would be a good one for you. Next, let's see what's next. This one went on sale just 2 days ago, June 3rd. Oh, this book. Okay. The Memory Cake. The Memory Cake. I've been waiting for this book. So this book is about a little girl who goes to visit her grandmother in Malta. And I think a lot of times when we're looking for diverse books, when we're looking for books that represent different cultures for our students, we find that they represent different cultures, but they're always almost the same different cultures. And so I'm really excited about this. So if you're unfamiliar with Malta, it is an island that is, I believe, technically part of Italy, perhaps, but it's in the Mediterranean, and it's a rocky island, Spain, Italy, right in there. And it is, although somebody who's lived there would probably laugh at me for saying, Spain, Italy, but that's where it is, in the Mediterranean. And I have a friend who lived there, so I was very interested in it. It goes through so the grandmother has lived through World War II, and she talks about some of those experiences and how the people got through them. And at the end of the book, there's a discussion of this. There's information about it. There's even a glossary. So I feel like this would be a fantastic book for a classroom read, because whenever there's a glossary, now you can build vocabulary. Whenever there's background information, now you can have this jump from fiction to nonfiction, which is so powerful. I think too often we separate that and we're like, oh, is it fiction or nonfiction? Yes, right? So one of my very favorite Christmas books does that too. And then, of course, the recipe for this cake is at the end of the book. And how fun for a teacher and to make the cake and bring it and let the kids each have a little bite. But the memory cake, very beautiful. Also some information. The nonfiction in the back is information about what it was like in Malta during the war. And you see the way that memory is handled. So it's color when it's the present time, and then kind of muted colors as if they'd been left to fade in the sun during the wartime.